Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Who's gonna join us first? Hello, who's home? Hello, hello, hello. Wow. Hello, Shaggy Fatima, Rochelle White. Good evening, guys. How are you? Mijole, how are you? Hello, Esther. Good evening. Good evening, Oriyomi. Good evening. How are you guys? Hello, Pastor Obi. How are you? Kels, good evening. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Question Time with Dr. Sandey Adelaja. Tonight is going to be fun as usual. Not just fun. I like fun. You know that I like fun. That's why I say fun. But impactful with knowledge, wisdom. Hido, good evening. Good evening, Olani. Dee. Hello, Dee. Justin, good evening. Favor, good evening. Hello, Charles. Rosalind, good evening. Good evening, Charles, again. Pastor Ernest, good evening. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Question Time with Dr. Sandey. Right, guys, we are moving really, really fast. Today is the 22nd of May. What's happening this May? Yay, you got it. I can't keep calm. It's Dr. Sandey's Golden Jubilee. I seriously can't keep calm. I'm only being calm right now so that I can communicate with you well. I cannot keep calm. But again, okay, calm down. Yes, Dr. Sandey's Golden Jubilee, and I cannot wait. So, who's there? Good evening. Olukayode, good evening. Thank you. Oh, my dad's birthday is also the 28th. Kels, well, good for you. Your dad's birthday is Dr. Sandey's birthday too. I'm sure they're age gap. So, July, you can't keep calm either. I can see the birthday popping with you. Yetunde, good evening, good evening. So, guys, I'm going to turn to Dr. Sandey. He's here so that he can say hello to you before I start.
Hello, everyone. Blessings.
Mm-hmm. Hello, everyone. Blessings. Look at that. So much grace. So, guys, Victorious, how are you? Good evening, awesome, pretty, and lovely lady. Thank you. That's me. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. D, good evening, good evening. So, guys, let's start. How is the contest going for you? I hope you're having fun with it, and also please keep your entries coming. We're ending very soon, which is the 25th. It's on Thursday. You've only got 3 full days to go, so keep it coming. I've seen some great work, so well done to those who have submitted theirs, and well done to those who are posting on their pages. Well done, good job. MA, good evening. And MA saying good evening, sir. Bola, good evening, good evening. So, guys, let me just remind you of the prize that you are going for with this contest. Interesting prizes. So, hold on, guys. I'm going to turn for a reason. Okay. So, Bray, good evening. So, the prizes for this contest are Pastor Sandey's books, lots of books, English books, so you can read it. You know already that Pastor Sandey has written over 300 books, but also most of them now are in English. And also, he is publishing 50 books for his Golden Jubilee, because it's going to be 50, and he is publishing 50 by the end of this month. So, guys, you have lots of books to choose from. And you don't have to choose one, you can choose more than one. So the winners of this, and in this category, whatever category it is, and you choose books, you have lots of books to choose from. And then the second thing that you can win as a prize is Skype Talk with Dr. Sandey. Guys, I've already told you about my experience talking to Dr. Sandey for the first time on Skype. It was amazing, probably one of the things that influenced me to be here, but definitely it was a seed, it was what started our relationship. So, and it was a very, very, very great conversation that we had. It was my first with somebody of his caliber, and it was amazing. It made me feel human. So that was good. And if you're winning this, not just one person, several people can win this. If you're winning this, you're going to be blessed. That's all I can say in the shortest way ever, is to say you will be blessed. Then there's another prize to win. Be Pastor Sunday's personal visitor. So you can be his personal visitor here in Ukraine. And then another prize is lunch with Pastor Sunday. I know it says lunch, but really lunch is always a feast. Anytime you sit to have any meal with Dr. Sunday, it's always a feast. It's never just breakfast, lunch, or dinner. It's usually feast, feast, feast. So that's what you'll be having. And then the fifth one is a personal question time, much like what we'll be having today, but it would be you one-to-one question time with Dr. Sunday. So you have a personal question time, any questions you want, no limitation. So that's the prizes for this contest. And as you guys know, I don't want to have to go through everything one by one, but there are 8 categories: 7 best doers, 7 grateful performers, 6 zealous book readers, 6 best followers or student of Pastor Sunday, 6 DSA teaching promoters, 7 best creator of 5 minutes videos with lessons from Dr. Sunday's teachings, 5 best DSA video biography creator, and 6 outstanding #DSA Golden Jubilee congratulatory message. So everyone can enter. There's always something for somebody here. So you must enter at least one of this, okay? But you can enter several and see where that takes you. So guys, without further ado, I think we can get started now. But before we start, let me just recap quickly. So what happened yesterday? Yesterday was fantastic, and it was another lesson time for me. You know, I know this is all about me, actually. You know, but no, it's a joke. It's not about me at all. It's about Dr. Sunday. So we had a great time. I always learn something in these sessions. All Dr. Sunday's session, I learned something. But particularly these question times, they're just amazing. And yesterday, I learned another lesson about relationship again. Not just relationship though, about people, about myself. The question yesterday was about casting swine before, what's the right word? What was it? It was...
Casting, not swine. It's casting jewels before swine. Okay,
casting jewels before swine. So that was the question yesterday. It was a very interesting question. I wasn't...
Pearl or juice?
Pearl. Okay, casting pearl before swine. One of the two. Yes. Anyway, so go back and watch this video, because that lesson I was feeling all righteous and thinking, okay, yeah, I'm a good person, and you know, I'm good. And Dr. Sunday started with that this is one of his shortcomings in terms of people and relationship, because he loves people and he gives a lot of people a chance, but you know, they do end up biting him, but it doesn't matter. He will continue to do that. And, you know, I was just thinking, yes, why does he do it? Why shouldn't he do it? And he gave an answer that really blew me off. And, you know, I got to realize instantly that, you know, I have so much shortcomings. I have so much things that I could work on myself, and I should just stop this self-righteousness. But there's so much more to that lesson apart from what I just told you. So what I would advise is check out the video from yesterday, and you will be blessed. You would be really encouraged, and also it would help you with relationship with other people as well, to understand people. You know, Dr. Sunday is very Christ-like, and you know, we are trying to be like that. I am anyway. So guys, let's start with today's question time. Yay! Hello Chinwe, thank you for joining. I can just see you coming in. Gregory David, good evening. So guys, I haven't asked you to share, but I have seen some really honorable people already sharing. I appreciate that. Thank you for sharing. So keep sharing well done for sharing without me even saying you should. So thank you very much. And somebody said in the comment section yesterday that they love it when I say share, share, share. So I'm going to say it just for that person now. So guys, please share, share, share. Share, share, share. If you like that. So guys, let's go. Right. Your questions. What you should do to ask questions about Dr. Sandey, write Q, then your questions. So that would help us to be able to identify this question quickly on the trail, because there's so many comments coming up. So if we see Q, we'll be able to identify it and put it forward for Dr. Sandey to answer. So let's start now. Yay! Right, the first question is, how do you handle those bad moments? I don't know which bad moments this is, but maybe we should say, how do you handle bad moments?
What is bad moments? I still need to know what is bad moments.
Okay, right. If you're here, the person that asked this question, please clarify. We've only just started, so we might be able to do that.
I don't think I have bad moments. What is bad moments? I don't understand it. Maybe if somebody dies or when somebody dies, that could be a bad moment. But for me, because of what I know it's not a bad moment, because the Bible says it's better to go into the house of mourning, where people are mourning the death of somebody, than to go to the house of feast, where people are just merry. So it's better to go to the house of mourning than merry. So I will not say anymore that that is a bad moment. It's better to go to heaven than to be on earth. I know that. So thanks to what I know, I don't regard that as bad as well. What could be bad? Somebody leaves me, a disciple betrays me. You know, it must have had a reason for doing it. It should have a reason for doing it. You know, maybe something changed in him. He has a new opinion, he has a new conviction. You know, you have to give people the benefit of having their own opinion. Everybody has the right to their own opinion. So if he was my member or my disciple and he decides to leave, bless him. Bless him. He has to just, you know, God will bring people into your life for different seasons. So there is a time and a season for everything. So it could be, some people come for just a moment to be in your life. Some people come for a few years. Why some people come for life. So you'll never be in relationship with everybody for life. Even families where it's supposed to be for life, right? Which people still divorce, people still die. And so, you know, take it as a strike. But if you're going to be taking everything like, say, oh, okay, they betrayed me, or, well, you could be I could be talking betrayal, but the person might be thinking, no, it's just being expedient to himself or for himself. So, you know, I would not like to go negative and be saying people are bad. Well, people have reasons why they do what they do, and just take it easy. You might not agree with them, but that's why we're different. And you say, oh, I would not have done like that. Good, fair enough. Because I would not have done like that, but he would not have done like me too. And some of the things I do, some other people might be thinking it's betrayal as well. Some of the things that I do, some people might be thinking they are horrible too. So who knows? So, you know, so if we are just going to know and come to the conclusion that we're not going to judge people, you know, then things will be much more easier for you yourself. So what are the bad moments that happen again? Sickness, maybe, if you are sick. Well, that's very similar to what I had said. If you are sick, that could be because something, if let's say I'm having an headache now, like today, you are looking for me at a point. And the reason was that I went home I needed to do my self-education. So as I was doing my self-education, this time it was video. I had a 1 hour break, so I needed to quickly do some studies. So while I was listening to the video, I just slept off. And, I didn't finish my video today, okay. But I should have to realize that if I could sleep off like that, it means I needed it. Maybe my organism was tired or something. So the same thing, if I have a headache now, this means something is wrong with my system. I need to pay attention to it. I need to fix it. Something is just out of order. I need to fix it. That's why I'm sick. So if I'm sick, it's thank God I'm sick. Because if I'm not sick and I don't notice that pain is come to, let me know something is wrong with my system, and I don't want to be sick, and the thing is not painful, but the thing is still wrong, I will just die suddenly. So as to prevent me from dying suddenly, I get to be sick sometimes so that I'll be able to fix the things that are out of order. So what I call it bad times. Bad times are good times. That's what I mean. Both bad times and good times sometimes are working for our good. So when that headache, for example, is working for my good. For example, bad times. Let's talk about another bad time. When you came here, Mayowa, you were concerned about falling down on the snow because we don't have snow now, which is good. So anybody coming to Ukraine, doesn't have to consider falling down in winter. Okay. And people in Africa don't even know what it means to fall down in winter. And some of them who are watching us now are Africans, and maybe they've never lived in a winter situation, and they don't know what it means falling in winter. And I don't think even you guys living in England know what it means falling in winter.
Yes, we do.
You do, okay. So because you don't have too much snow, I suppose, but still, Yeah. What happens in winter is that you have snow coming down. And as a result of the snow getting frozen on the floor, it gets slippery. And so a lot of people get to fall. And sometimes when they fall, they actually have damages. They have fractures. Here, hospitals actually are equipped specially for fractured victims. People who break their legs or break their hands, especially old citizens, senior citizens, old people who fall and do damage themselves. Yep. So that could happen. And so you are concerned about breaking your leg. So now you tell me, I want to ask you a question in regards to that. To tell you that bad times, there are no bad times. Bad times are equally as beneficial as good times. Now, but you didn't want to break your leg because you think that breaking your leg is bad. Okay, I'm going to tell you a story about that. But you tell me first, is it a good thing to break your leg, either in winter or anywhere, to fall and break your leg, or is it a good thing or a bad thing? What do you say?
Bad thing.
Bad thing, yes. It looks bad, isn't it?
It's definitely bad.
It doesn't look bad.
It's bad.
It's definitely bad.
Yes. Because
you are going to be confined to your bedroom and to the house, and you are not going to be able to run around and do anything you want, isn't it?
Yeah, pain as well.
Pain as well. Yeah. Good. So you think breaking your leg is a bad thing.
Yeah.
And I say that is relative. It doesn't have to be bad. You could see it as bad, and I could see it as good. Okay. Just to teach people how to relate to bad times. Because the person who is asking this question is saying, what do you do in those bad times? Mm-hmm. Okay. Let me tell you the story that I read in one book. This guy went out and broke his leg. He's a young man, 25 years or so, 20 years or 25 years. And the mother was very, crossed, very stressful and very agitated and very angry. Oh, we have a big tragedy in our hands. What is this tragedy? My son broke his leg and he's going to be out for 6 months. He broke it bad. Out for 6 months because he was involved in an accident, so he broke his leg. 1 month later, he was supposed to be out for 6 months. 1 month later, they declared in the country a compulsory mobilization process for all the young men from 18 upward, because that was the time when the war was going on. So this person that broke the leg, they came for him to recruit him to the army. He needed to go to Vietnam to go and die. So you tell me. So when they came for him, of course they had an alibi. Yeah. He couldn't be drafted into the army because he was not fit. He broke his leg. And now you tell me, is that a bad thing that he broke his leg or a good thing? Because if if you had been drafted into the army, first of all, going to the army is stressful. More stressful to the mother than what she was crying about, because she was crying about the boy breaking the leg and she having to wash after it. But if you had been drafted to the army, she would have had more stress than that. But who could guarantee that you will come back from the army? And who could tell how many tragedies going to meet? He was going to see. Okay, that is too drastic, right? That's too drastic.
Yeah.
So, but you know the answer to that question.
Yes.
So, is that a bad thing or a good thing?
It's a good thing.
Ah! You were telling me just now breaking your leg is a bad thing. Now it has become a good thing. Let me tell you another thing, another situation. 6 months ago, a plane crashed. Coming from, all over the world, playing clash all the time. But I have several in my mind right now. But so I'll never mention which particular one. But flying from Dubai, people were going on vacation. And while they were going, some of the passengers were going to the airport, rushing to the airport. The driver that was supposed to pick up one of the two of those passengers couldn't just arrive on time. He just got into hold up, or what do you call it, traffic. And he was on traffic for 2 hours and he was cursing the hell out of the whole place. I'm supposed to get to the airport. Bam, 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 bam. Hi, I'm getting late for my plane. Ooh, ha. And then that was the driver, right? But then the couple he was supposed to take from the airport, they were calling him, they were anxious, they were nervous. We are going to the airport. No, they were in the house. We are going to the airport. Where is he? Going to pick up. Where is he? We have just 1 hour more. So they decided, the guy didn't come. They never showed up. The driver never showed up. So they decided to quickly call another driver. So they called a taxi. But the taxi got there when the registration was just half an hour late. The half an hour closed. So the registration to that plane, to that flight was closed. And they were so mad, we are going to lose $6,000. $6,000. $6,000. And we have appointment back at home. Hell has broken loose. My children are going to go. We're supposed to send our children to school on Monday and all that. So they went to book their flight for the next day. 6 hours later, they got the report. The whole world got the news. That plane came down and everybody died on board. So which of the two is bad?
Okay.
Am I what?
Yeah.
You want to tell me that they lost $6,000? You want to tell me they lost $6,000? You think $6,000 is a loss?
Nothing to the life.
Okay, what about their kid? Their kids were supposed to take on Monday to the school on Monday. You want to tell me that is a bad thing? That they couldn't take those kids to school on Monday? When the two of them, a couple, husband and wife, were supposed to perish in that airplane? You were talking on Monday, not taking them to school on Monday, you would take them on Tuesday.
Yeah.
But here, when you are both perished, they never get to visit that school anymore. So so what do you do with the bad times? What do you do with the bad times?
Yeah.
I can see your face. You kind of dropped that, those
Yeah,
eyes.
it's
You want me to give you another example?
yes, please.
You became quiet a little bit.
Yeah. I wasn't thinking.
Okay, so what do you do with the bad times? What do you do with the bad times? Well, let me tell you about bad times. Okay? Let me tell you about bad times. That is involving me. If you go to the internet, you'll probably discover that since 2008, I stopped traveling out of this country. But before I stopped, if you do research and find out about my itinerary, you discover that that was the height of my influence, of my ministry in my own eyes and in the eyes of ordinary observer. Now, because a year before I stopped traveling, I'd been invited to speak in the United Nations twice. 9 months before then, I was speaking in the United States Senate. 11 months before that, I was speaking in the Japanese Parliament. 5 months before I stopped traveling, I was speaking in the Israeli Knesset Parliament. A year before then, I had just that same year when I stopped traveling, 2008, I had released a book in America that was the first #1 book in every category. And on Amazon in general, it was #6, selling more books than Barack Obama's book, The Audacity of whatever. We released our book the same time. My book was overselling his own book. He was running for president or something like that. So I was everywhere, and I felt I was doing well, but I was traveling twice a month. And one of those travelings that I was doing was going across the ocean to America to preach or speak, because I was doing with another minister, they called Rehan Bunke. We were doing trainings for American pastors. We were taking 5 states at a time. So we'll gather 1,000 or 2 or 3 pastors from different denominations and we'll coach them. So I was going there every month. But then this horrible situation came up from nowhere. One of the companies that was started in our church here through my help, we had 2,500 companies in this church. But one of them collapsed. And then they just accused me that it was a scheme, that I just probably collided with my members to steal the money, and since I was the head, I probably took it to Nigeria and just vamoosed, and that I was going. So I wanted to clear my name. I said I'm not going to travel until my name is cleared, and so I was fine with it. But what I couldn't understand is why bad news. I said, I was going to pray about it, so I prayed about it. I went to my solitude, I prayed, fasted. Other people prayed with me. The whole church prayed. I was there, we even had 40 days prayer about it. Then, what was bad news to me was, first of all, my traveling and what I regarded as my influence waned or stopped just because of a bad accusation or wrong accusation or false accusation. Number 2, lies were spread about me. And I was saying, okay, fine, good. People have the right to believe what the press, if they want to believe what they want to believe, people have the right to believe what they want to believe. And the press, maybe they know if it is true, it's not true, but people might not know the truth. They might think, yeah, maybe this guy really did this. But my concern was, but God should know the truth. God knows the truth for sure, not that he should know the truth. God knows that I'm not guilty, that I don't have anything to do with this. God knows that there is a false accusation. Why is he allowing it to happen? And why will he allow it to happen when it's influencing the kingdom of God, in my own understanding, or my effectiveness for the kingdom of God and my ministry for God? Why would God allow the false accusation to stop me from doing his work? I thought I was doing his work, and I'm convinced I'm doing his work. So why can't he defend? If I was wrong, I would still expect him to have mercy and defend me, right? But now I'm not even wrong. I'm right? I was doing the right thing, and here God was not even defending the righteous. And my own mindset at that point was that if you are living right, you see, these are some of our dogmas, our religious dogmas and belief systems that might not necessarily be true. And my religious philosophy, my philosophy of life at that time was that if you are living right, that things will go right for you. That if you are living righteous, God will definitely protect and defend you. If you are living righteous, that you don't have to worry about anything. No evil shall befall the abode of the righteous. And here I was doing my best for God, and everybody, I couldn't convince anybody that I didn't do what they said I did. Everybody believed the lies. So my own concern was not about people. My own concern was about God. So where are you, God? What is happening? Why are you not telling them the truth? Intervene somehow. At least let them know I'm not to blame. Okay, forget about it. Maybe you don't want to, deliver me from this. Okay, let me suffer it, but tell the people the truth. Or, let's say the people don't want to know the truth. They believe the lies. But why am I still suffering the consequences of this lie? Because I'm not traveling, that's number one. But number two, I'm going to court. I'm being humiliated. I'm suffering. I'm paying the price for this thing that I didn't do. And God is just quiet. These are the things that make us to think that this is bad, that that's a bad thing happening. That's a bad experience. So I began to wonder about that and began to pray. So I wanted to find out from God, why will he allow this? In my own thinking, right now, what I'm thinking is, what I believe God told me is that if I had continued to travel by not traveling, God saved me. So the tragedy that is happening, as bad as it looks and as painful as it looks, is actually God's mercy. And it's God's deliverance for me. First of all, I will talk about the benefits later on, but let me say what it delivered me from. I believe that if I had kept on traveling that way, because I was going across the ocean, I had to go through jet lag going and jet lag coming. And those jet lags every month, just for every 12 months alone, they were killing me. And I could remember they were killing me. But I thought God was going to protect me. But God will not protect me if I'm breaking the laws of the body, the laws of nature. If the body collapses, God cannot help me. The spirit has to leave this earth. And can you believe it, if I had left this earth, you people won't have even discovered me. And even a lot of these teachings that I'm giving out now won't have even be available. I would have died loaded, packed with all this kind of truth that I wouldn't have been able to give out to the world. I would have died physically. Or if I didn't die, my organism would have collapsed. My body would have collapsed. And I would have been vegetarian. So when God is allowing things, or is not intervening at the time that we expect him to intervene, when God allows things that we don't expect him to allow, one thing we should have in mind is that he knows better, he's in control, and is never to be blamed. He knows what he's doing. God always knows what he's doing. What are the other benefits that I see? 1 year before that, my wife had told me. No, she didn't even tell me. She told me, but not just telling me. We were having our anniversary, and she was saying, I'm concerned that Pastor is traveling too much. We need him. The kids are going to be teenagers. That was 10 years ago. I was 40. The teens are going to be teenagers. And he's gone. He's gone most of the time. I'm just by myself. And I say, I'm serving God. At least I'm going to preach. I'm not going to play. 1 year later, from 41, now 50, 9 years, I've not been able to travel. And those were the years. My son he's 19 now. He was 9. My daughter was 7. And my other daughter was 4. So almost 10 years of all their teenage years, I've been around. How will you value that? Is that a plus or a minus? Is that a bad thing or a good thing? I've not been able to travel. I've not been able to be on the world stage everywhere. But I've been there for my family and for my kids. Is that really necessarily a bad thing? A tragedy? Maybe not. So you have to see what is bad, what is good. Maybe not quite as bad. If I'd kept on going through, traveling every month like that, with those jet lag, down, up and down, is that a good thing or a bad thing? Maybe not. Maybe not as bad. Then, in that period of me not traveling, first of all, of course, the first 4 years or 5 years, I was a little bit just trying to figure out what to do, praying to God. Then I had to do a reassessment of our ministry. And as a result of that, I was able to come up with one of the greatest discoveries that I think I ever made as a minister. I think not just for me as a minister, I think this innovation, this discovery, is probably the greatest discovery, or one of the greatest discovery for the body of Christ in our age. And that is HMT concept. If I had continued traveling, I would have been so busy everywhere. I never came up. Before then, I never came up with the concept of HMT, and I don't know any ministry in the world that has come up with that kind of concept. But my tragedy, my sorrow, my confinement helped me to give birth to HMT as a concept. I think HMT is one of the greatest discoveries of my life and for the world and of the body of Christ. Okay, another thing I think came out of my confinement is, I used to travel those days and speak in conferences. I was living under the illusion that people needed me, and that I couldn't turn people down. I'm so ashamed now to say what I'm saying right now. I'm ashamed because I couldn't just believe it that I was so shallow-minded, so gullible, and so naive. I was receiving 200 invitations in a year. So I was turning a lot down, but still I was attending to a lot. And I thought, but what will people say? What will happen to them? They have this conference, they have advertised, all this ministry, they need me. I have to travel all over the world. And I thought I was doing good. And I thought people needed me. I'm so ashamed and I'm so broken and I'm so sorry. Or they needed my message, or they needed my gospel, or they needed the God that I carry. But you know what? The truth, what that I know right now, I know better now, is that nobody really cares about me. Nobody cares about Benny Hinn is traveling. Nobody cares about Benny Hinn, really. Oh, nobody cares about you. Nobody cares about me. Nobody cares about Benny Hinn. Nobody cares about who is another preacher that is traveling, that's the big guy. Nobody cares about any one of them as a preacher. Nobody cares about me as a preacher. Nobody cares about them too. They are inviting them, yes. They are advertising them. They say they need you need to speak, guest speaker, government business. Yes. They only care about what they are going to get from them. They only care for using them. Nobody really cares for them. And if they are not going to be available tomorrow, they get another person. They just move on. Nobody really cares for them. If they get sick tomorrow, they fall sick tomorrow, he's out. They will be begging you to come and speak, as if their whole lives depended on it. But they are really begging you to come for them. It's about them. It's not about you. You mean nothing. It's just like saying people going, I must go to McDonald's today. I must go to McDonald's today. It's not. Nobody cares for McDonald's. They take care for themselves. I was so gullible. I fell into that deception of believing what people say. People don't really say what they mean. Nobody will tell you that I need you to grow my church. I need you to come to add to my reputation. I need your name, your reputation. I need your anointing to build myself an ego. Nobody will come to you and tell you that. But really, they are inviting you for themselves, for their ego, and for their own success, for their own achievements, so that for their own criteria, for their own credit history, so that they will say, he has been with us, he has been with us. He's my friend. We have pictures together. So that maybe more people will come to his church. But what my confinement has taught me is, if anybody really needs me, they will come here. Let them pay the price. Then it shows to me that they need it. Not me. Not I need to go. Not I need to leave my family. Not I need to leave my church. Not I need to pay the price of the cost of myself. Not I need to sacrifice. But if they really want to learn, let them come down and sit down here and learn. That is why, as a result of my confinement, bad thing that I thought was happening to me, I've come to the conclusion. I've come to the conclusion that I am no more going to be traveling. Right now, some of my old friends who are still in that same mindset, you cannot even believe how many of them are writing me still and saying, Pastor, we are just praying that God will release you, that you'll be able to travel again. In fact, some people are praying for me that I'll be able to travel again. I say, make you deceive yourself. You don't even know the news I'm going to come out with once I get free. You'll be shocked. Pastor, by church will be the first one you come. In fact, some of them are watching right now that are thinking like that. By church will be the first one you come to. You must come to England. Remember, as soon as you can travel like this, it is us first. Everybody is saying that. England, Norway, Sweden, Denmark, Norwegia, Nigeria, Canada, America. Everybody is saying that, all the same. They are saying the same. They don't care for me. I don't matter. They care for themselves. Then so that they will say, we are the first one who visited. We are the church who. So, but it's not about me. People don't care about me. I didn't know that. And I'm very sorry that I have to confess that publicly to the world. I'm very sorry, but it's my failure, and I have to admit it. Another next thing I want to talk about that my confinement taught me. So is that a bad thing that I came to this realization or a good thing? I think it's a good thing. But I wouldn't laugh because I was so busy traveling and living under the deception of what was popular. But the next lesson that I'm going to talk about is even more shameful to me and more derogatory, or what do you call it, derogatory, very, very shameful to me, very humiliating. This next lesson I'm going to talk about. I'm assuming that something bad happened to me because I'm here in confinement, I'm not traveling, and I thought it was a tragedy. But it was in this confinement that I looked myself in the mirror. You see, sometimes you don't have time to look at yourself in the mirror in some areas. You just assume things that everything is okay, so you are okay. But thanks to my pain and my problem, I was able to look myself in the eye and tell myself a very hard truth. A truth that I'm not I'm not feeling comfortable to talk about. I bought into this lie because very shameful stuff. I guess I have to say. In the world that I was coming from, in the world that I was exposed to, the charismatic world, Pentecostal Christian world, evangelical Christian world, when you are really successful and big, it kind of become your portfolio. One of your portfolios has to be to go and be speaking on the big platforms. You have to travel to establish your reputation and the big churches, big platforms, and they be in the big magazines with your pictures and advertisements as a speaker there and there and there. The more you travel, and the more you travel, the more places you go to, and the more platforms, churches you go to speak, or conferences you go to speak, the bigger they are, the more. I know it's shameful, and I'm feeling horrible right now just telling you about it, but so very sorry. Shameful, but I needed to confess this shame to myself, repent before God about it, and get off that wagon of so-called successful ministers and preachers. Because everybody I knew, all the big preachers were always the ones traveling. You were always getting invited to the big stages. You always have to have their names and publicity everywhere. So while I was here, God made me to tell the truth to myself. Why do we have to do it? I needed to confess that, well, they will know I've arrived. And I'm in the big league. And I would like to say, probably I'm not the only one who fell into that. I'm afraid many of the preachers that we know might be trapped in that same deception. Especially when you are up and coming. You think that you need some validation or validification, or is it validation? You think you need some validation. You need some appraisal, some recognition. But really what matters is one person's recognition. If you are recognized by heaven, it doesn't matter who doesn't recognize you. It just doesn't matter. And I'm sorry, I was supposed to know better. But to be seeking to be recognized by everybody else, it's missing the road, isn't it? So ministry now becomes what you do as a goose chase, chasing after some goose out there, some gooses, and to be in the Charisma. I was in the Charisma cover, in the cover of Charisma magazine. That's a good chase. I didn't chase that one, God did it. But and then I was, on TBN, goose chase. Some people are dreaming of those things. I've spoke there, I spoke here. Goose chase. So many invitations I get. Goose chase. I needed to go through so much pain, the pain of false accusation. God had to turn down my prayers, not to answer me, not to deliver me from this confinement, from the false accusation, and from the pain I'm subjected to, so that I will understand better, so that it will get to me. If God had answered my prayer, my 40 days prayer, my fasting, my solitude, and He had granted me my request, I would have thought God has answered my prayer. But in reality, when He refused to answer my prayer was when He demonstrated His love to me. It is in His deafness to my prayers, in His turning His deaf ears to me, that He returned me to Himself. That He set me free from the goose chase. So now I have discovered that 90% of what ministers, especially famous ministers, are doing, they don't have anything to do with God. They are all having everything to do with self, ego, recognition, popularity, fame, money, in some cases, money, pride, arrogance. God doesn't come close. And we have all the gullible crowd shouting and clapping. That's my pastor. My pastor is on this television. My pastor is there. My pastor is there. Even though people are still inviting me and begging me to come and speak in the different places and waiting for me to get out of Ukraine, I know what I know, but I'm not going anywhere unless I absolutely need to go. My eyes are opened. Even though my eyes were open earlier, but I was thinking, okay, I'll go once a month instead of twice a month I used to go. Or maybe I'll go once in 3 months or once in 1 year. But now, I'm totally free from any need to impress anybody or to do what anybody does. That's why you hear me talk boldly about what people are doing here. I don't care. Some people are even some people, you will not believe this, some people will even write to me and say, Pastor, you will not be invited though. They will not be inviting you to come and preach in their churches. So with this kind of messages you are preaching, they didn't know I had gotten delivered. That's why I could preach because of my messages. It is my deliverance from being invited that is setting me free to become God's voice and to speak what no human being can speak, what no other preacher speaks about. I've been delivered from the opinion and the attempt to impress everybody or to be accepted, so that I will only be accepted by one. And I've confined myself to the constraint of being an actor to just one audience, instead of trying to impress the world and to impress so many personalities. I have restricted myself, confined myself to pleasing just one audience. So I'm an actor to please just one audience, and that audience is him. It doesn't matter who I don't please if I could please that audience. But if I don't please that audience, if I don't please him, that one audience, it doesn't matter who I please. It doesn't matter how many people applaud if he is not applauding. But if he applauds, it will have worth it all. How else will I have gotten this deliverance, this insight, this understanding, if not through pain? So coming back to your question, so what do you do with those bad moments? Well, I'll tell you, are they really as bad as you think? Depends on perspective. And let me tell you something else. Those bad moments, they're as good as the good moments. Both of them are good. Both bad moments and good moments are working for your good. Just like both darkness of the night and the brightness of the day are working for your good. Like I said the other time, if there had not been the darkness of the night, you won't ever go to sleep. And you try not to sleep for a year. Have you ever had a psychiatric hospital before? That's a good one. That's if it doesn't end up in the grave. So, what do you do with those bad times? You want to ask me that question again? I hope not. I hope not. I hope not. So, Mayowa, I thought maybe I answered the question. Maybe I didn't. Mayowa.
Okay.
Mayowa. Mayowa is never lost for words, but
okay, where am I even going to start this summary from? Guys, my bad moments. Where should I start from? Okay, you see this question. First, I didn't even want to ask this question. But because I lack the memory, my bad moment, that even though Dr. Sandey already informed us a couple of days ago about good and bad, I was thinking, what's the point of even asking this question? Because I remember something about good and bad, so there's no need to. And I also thought when I asked the question again that, it's not really clear, let's move on. look at what's happened in this last 45 minutes. It's like somebody opened my brain again. Again, look at that information. Can you even ever contain this? The information, the knowledge, the power, the stories, the true life stories, not even story to excite you, but true life story. And did you see how ignorant I was? How I opened my mouth to say, bad is bad, broken leg is bad. Again, when am I going to learn? When are you guys going to learn? I'm so grateful for this moment, this time. Even for my own bad, for my own gullibility or being gullible. I'm just so grateful. So recap, right? There's no bad moment in Dr. Sandey's life. And he knows it. From this point of view, from the knowledge that God has given him, that he's acquired through development, he knows, and through experience, that there are no bad moments at all. The bad moments are actually not bad. And it's not even to convince him, it's to assure us. He gave us several examples. The example about the broken leg, the young man with the broken leg, and going into war. The example of the couple in the plane that was supposed to go out and fly out, and the plane crashed. They were not able to. Something happened with their taxi and driver coming, and they missed their flight. The example with his life, his own life, from day one, step by step, the impact of not being able to travel, on his own emotion, on his own relationship with God, that why are you doing this to me? Why is this happening? The pain, the agony, and then the fruits that came out of those things. The fruit that includes me and you, this moment that we're having. Because if he's traveling, why would he be on Facebook? Why would he be teaching us all these things? Why would my life change? Why would our life be changing? Why would we be happy and be in this way that we are right now? So, for me, I don't even want to hear that anything is bad anymore. It's actually explained. It's explained before, but it's like I can't learn. It's like I'm not taking brain. I'm not understanding. He said light, energy, high and bad, day and night. He's explained this in so many ways. And so I'm really just so grateful, because you could easily have said, I've explained these things to you guys. I did it a few days ago. I told you that, light and dark is this and that. You could have easily have said that, but you didn't. You even gave us this account. One question, almost 1 hour. This is the quality that is excellent about Dr. Sandey, that I have never seen anywhere. And I know that that's why you guys come back night after night to hear this. I've seen your comments, transparency, honesty, godlike, everything. I've seen your comments and what you put on there. This is what you experience day in, day out with Dr. Sandey. Just that resilience, that love, that care, that understanding, the depth of understanding, that with all these bad things, these are the things, even with his children, the example he gave. How many men of God, or whatever you call them, leaders, would say this about their traveling and their children and their family? They always put everything to God, even about his health. I mean, this whole session today, you could just take this session and watch it and listen to it over and over again, and it would help you with everything in your life. Your health, your relationship, with other people, with God, your understanding of God, your point of views, everything is in this message. I don't think we really need to ask another question tonight. I'm just going to read your comments so that, we can interact a little bit. I don't want to leave you. Yes, I'm going to read your comments. I don't want to leave you, but I just feel like anything else would be diluting this tonight. So let's just read the comments and just spend these few moments together, just understanding, getting this together, letting it sink in us, because this is a lot of information. This is a lot of knowledge. This is wisdom. This is the core of wisdom. There are no bad moments. Don't even bother with bad moments anymore, please. I know I said this something similar a few days ago, but even I have forgotten. But I would not forget again. No bad moments. Okay? So let's start with the comments right now. Okay. Oh God, I tapped into the grace which is on this great man of God. That's Brenda that is saying that. I think, Brenda, you're joining us for the first time, or you're a newcomer. Thank you so much, Brenda. I've seen your comments, and this, you haven't seen anything yet. If you don't know who Dr. Sandey is and his teaching, please, YouTube is your friend from now on. He's on YouTube and is Sandey Adelaja Official. He has a playlist, and in that playlist there are a whole host of topics that you can watch at your own pace that would really change your life. So I would just urge you to go on YouTube, Sandey Adelaja Official. That's the first thing. He also has a blog, or should you say a website, which is sandeyadelajablog.com. So www.sandeyadelajablog.com. And of course, you're here already on Facebook. So it's Dr. Sandey Adelaja. So well done and welcome. Without DSA confinement, I wouldn't have known him and learned so much from him. Like I keep saying, I have gotten PhD through DSA University of Life. That's Winfred that's just said that. Please, please, I just want to know when DSA will be matching in for the transformation agenda. I can't wait to be part of this move. Please, I need to know. Okay.
You want to explain that to them?
Yes. So Nigerian Transformation Project, that's what you're talking about, right? Dr. Sandey would be coming to Nigeria as soon as he's done with clearing his name here in Ukraine. When that would be, we don't know, but we're hoping and believing that it would be this year. So just hold tight, you know. And I don't want to say pray, because this is not a matter of prayer after we've listened to this session. This is a matter of just trusting God, okay? Even I want to be in sunny Nigeria so that I don't fall in the next winter here. But the truth of the matter is that we know the fact now. We have the knowledge and understanding through Dr. Sandey and through the knowledge, the information, should I even say information? Through the impactation of this wisdom, we know better. So there's no bad news, there's no hurry, there's no slow time. Everything works together for God, for those that loves God. So be patient and just hold tight, okay? It would happen, but when, we cannot give you a date right now, okay? So that's for that person. More grace, Dr. Sandey. May God richly bless you. That's gift blessing saying that. Monica say, I would like to know about my future. Okay. Somebody saying, Pierre Emmanuel Jane said, thanks to your trials, and thanks to your trials, you are available to people like me, and it gives me to progress. Your situation makes me think about Apostle Paul, who was captive at the end of the book of Acts, but had the liberty to receive people, and he was forming lots of disciples. Thank you, sir. See you in a few days. Yes, see you too.
Who is that?
Wait. That's Pierre Emmanuel Jane.
Okay, so maybe he's planning to come.
Yes, see you in a few days. Okay. I cannot wait. I cannot wait because it's Dr. Sandey's Golden Jubilee.
And to affirm what he had just said, okay. I would just like to say that I mentioned HMT. I just decided to stop on that. But if I had not been confined, definitely what you mentioned, I wouldn't be doing this live broadcast morning and night, and I won't be here available to. You know what we have found out? What we found out is that I've done 750 video live broadcast, and that equals to 15 years of Sunday, if I had been preaching every Sunday in 8 months. So this is like 15 years of Sunday service messages were preached in 8 months. Mm-hmm. 15 years of, and we reached 250 million people. That's more than I could have reached if I had been traveling. That's 250 million people. So that just by sitting home, I'm doing that. So this would not have been possible if not for my confinement. Yeah. And thanks to that confinement, I've written additional 150 books in Russian over this period. And I've also written, right now, even now, I'm releasing 50 new books. In the last 1 year I started writing English books last year. So now I have like 60 English books. Before then I had 30 or 40. So I have like now 100 English books. Thanks to just in the last 1 year I've written 60 books. And in this from January I've written 50 books that I'm releasing right now. Oh. So that's only because I'm confined. So a lot of other things one could talk about. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
DSA family is a result of.
Yes.
Is as a result of this.
So guys, let me read a little bit more comments. So you over answered the question, sir. Esther is saying that there's no over answer. Well, I know what you're saying, Esther, is that it's perfect. Yes, that's what you're saying. Wow. That's Unyinye that said that. Kate Imoden says, count it all joy. Thank you, DSA, for sharing this profound truth. Blessings, sir. Thank you so much, DSA. PSA. Omenike says, wow, I am blessed. Afuye says, I'm an actor. I am an actor to please just one audience. That's what you said. God. Pastor Sandey Adelaja. That's Oluwatope quoting you. Touch Crew says, every prayer receives an answer from God, mostly in the way that we may not understand, including in our disappointments. Joyce is me. Yes, Joyce. I'm glad that I could make it, so I got done. Jane says, wonderful teaching. So much to learn from bad moments, bad experiences. Thank you, DSA. That's from Jane. Omonike says, wow, I'm so blessed by PSA. The Oracle says, Mayowa, your broken leg pain has taken another dimension. Oh, yes, ma'am, yes, it has taken another dimension. Never complain again. Awesome, somebody says, that's Unyinye that says, yeah. You're not, Chisandra says, you're not alone, yes. Thank you, Chisandra, to me, thank you. Oladuni said Galatians 1, I think 10. And then we have, yes, he did. I am grateful too. Okay. We are hearing massive truths always with DSA. That's informant. They're saying that. Olani says, in all things give thanks. Oh, Omo Papa God. DSA, God bless you more, sir. Shalom. That's Deborah's game. Charles Smith said, there goes my why again. Thank you, Charles Smith. Thank you very much for observing. And then DSA has a way of cutting open someone's brain and filling it with wisdom. That's Wilfred. Wilfred, thank you for concurring with me, because that's how I feel every single night. And then we have Onali. This is deep truth. The more you chase the goose, the further you get from God. That's Olani saying that. Oriyomi says, what about all the books he was able to write at the moment? Yes, I think you're agreeing with Dr. Sandey before you mention it, sir. DSA, you are the best. That's Omo Oninye that says that. Brenda, oh God, I tapped into grace, which is one of the grace, which is on this great man of God. I think I've read that, but thank you, Brenda. DSA is a great teacher. Is the greatest teacher of our time. That's Jane saying that. More grace. No dull moment with PSA. That's Ekundayo Oluwa. No, yeah, Ekundayo Oluwa Kayode. No bad moments from now henceforth. That's Esther. Well done, Esther. Good job. Even a lot of things are happening to me that I am asking God why. But I thank God for all what PSA said today. Thanks so much, PSA. That's Omanike. So you've actually helped somebody right now.
Yeah, but they could also actually go and get my series on... No, you don't. It's okay. They could go and get my... You can tell them about my series on problems and crises.
Yes, guys. Yeah, you know where to get information already, but I will just repeat it. It's YouTube Sandey Adelaja official. Please go on YouTube. The playlist after playlist after playlist. So the playlist of many titles, and in each series there are several titles. I think the minimum is 5. So you would have 5 videos in each playlist title. So please check them out. You would find something that would help you in any situation of life. You know, Dr. Sandey has many teachings, many answers that really would help you. So please go on YouTube. And if you prefer audio, maybe you don't have data for YouTube because it's video, why don't you go on his blog, which is sandeyadelajablog.com. There are also audios, there are playlists with audios on there. So you can download it and listen to it at your own pace when you feel comfortable in the car. Download it however suits you onto your iTunes, onto whatever method that you can, and listen. There's so many beneficial, well, I wouldn't even say beneficial, life-changing information, life-changing titles that would really make a difference in your life. So please check them out. We have Deborah Cole here. It's quite long. It says, let us not blame those leaders. They don't know enough. Lack of knowledge. Moreover, you cannot give what you don't have. As for DSA, he has spent 30 odd years plus on education, self-development and more, and is not selfish to broaden other people's horizon, pouring out his wisdom. DSA, blessings, and may the Lord keep you. You are more than a father, mentor, educator, name it. The all-sufficient God will keep you. Amen.
Who is that?
With love. That's Deborah Cole. Okay. Stanley says, wow, wow. Oriyomi, wow. There are lots of wows. Amen, ma'am. Deborah Cole. Okay, somebody's agreeing with your prayer. Thank you. That's Stella. Thanks to God for the confinement and grace. DSA, thank God for the grace of God upon your life. May you continue to reflect the image of the Lord Jesus here on earth. Love you, sir. That's from Kate. Okay, Ezenwa said he was traveling to be known, but confinement made him more popular than the outing. Well done, Ezenwa. Yes, that's true, actually. I am dumbfounded. That's Barford that says that. I'm dumbfounded, thanking God for all my bad experiences. Thank God for DSA. Reformer says, the wisdom of God is past finding out. Awesome. Always will be forever grateful to God for DSA's crisis. That's Reformer, yeah.
They are grateful to God for my crisis. Huh?
No bad moments. Count it all joy. Personality produced through bad moments. Bravo. That's Bafo. Thank you, sir. Blessings and shalom. That's Deborah again. Chisatra said, DSA, you are the treasure that I discover while digging deeper for the undiluted word. You are an answer to my prayers. Hugs. Love you, sir. Thank you, Deborah Cole. Thank you. Thanks, DSA, for the word of knowledge today. You nailed it. Trying times are extra learning /class time. I love the word you share, and I'm glad I took my time to listen deep today. That's TJ Joshua. Well done, TJ. We hope to see you again. We'll be back again tomorrow, the same time. But before that, Dr. Sandey will be back at 7 p.m. Ukraine time with the Ukrainian / Russian, because they're not just Ukrainian, they're not just Russian. I don't want to call them, they get offended. So Ukrainian / Russian tomorrow at 7 p.m. And I would also be back before that with Pastor Derek. We were together today earlier. We had an interview, a great time. The title for today's one was Church the purpose. So
they could go and find it. Where is it? Is it on this page?
Yes, it's on this page. It's about church. You know what church
was
is
it
supposed
for 2
to
hours?
be. No, it wasn't for 2 hours. It was only just under an hour, so it's not too long. So you can watch that as well.
But maybe you didn't put it off.
Yeah,
on time. You didn't
it's
upload
there.
it.
It's
Oh,
there. I
did
saw
you?
it. Yeah.
I saw it. Yeah, but I'm thinking because I saw it was written 2 hours.
Oh. Okay.
Maybe you didn't put off when you put it off, you didn't press
Close it.
Yeah, close it. Yeah.
Huh.
So it kept on running.
Okay, I'll check it out. Thank you, Pastor, for impacting wisdom in our home. That's Sylvia saying that. Thank God for your bad moments, sir. It has made me discover my purpose. More bad moments. More bad moments. Esther, thank you very much. More bad moments. I'm not afraid of bad moments anymore. So thank you for saying that. More bad moments, yeah. No, the purpose of a local church. Thank you, Emanike. You're amazing. You're so cool, guys. Omonike, you're especially cool. Thank you so much.
Why? What
The title is The Purpose of a Local Church.
Okay.
Yes, the one with Pastor Derek. Pastor Dr. Derek is the purpose of a local church.
Okay.
So check that out, and we'll be back tomorrow again between 5 or 5:30, depending on our schedule. But guys, it's been an amazing evening, you know. So I want to thank you again. And before we go, please, can you just share this one more time? Just share it so that other people can watch it at their own pace. And also, you can copy the link and send it to friends and family. Somebody, somewhere, needs this message. Somebody needs to know about bad moments and the benefits of bad moments. Because there's so many that we don't think about. But with all these accounts this evening, someone would have this understanding, they will benefit, and their life will change. So please help somebody out. Dr. Sandey is helping us. Let us help other people. So I urge you to share, copy the link, share with your WhatsApp groups, share with your messenger group, and let other people benefit. Again, I want to thank you. I hope I'm going to see you tomorrow. I'm looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. This week here is like all excitement for me. I can't wait. I cannot keep calm. And you know what? I cannot keep calm. Party time. Dun, 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 dun. So we're having Dr. Sandey's Golden Jubilee. 3 days. Ha! Guys, these 3 days is going to be serious. I just cannot wait. So I'm going to be all over your screen these 3 days. So I will see you again tomorrow. And then from the 26th is all out. Party time. All right. I'm off. Okay. See you tomorrow. Bye.